anytime you have a girl that's coming back into your life, whether it's like long-term, short-term, you can't display the weakness. You need to frame it in your mind of she's checking back in to see my strength and see my value. So the moment you go weak mode, you displayed your value, bro, but it wasn't much. The moment you have a girl, you were at least talking and there was something there, but you lost status, but she's still in your life somehow. You decide, eventually you guys like either give up due to frustration or you just tried too many times, or hopefully you're just a dude who's on your self-development journey to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm gonna start talking to other people in this area or in my life. Hopefully, most of you guys will start pulling back at some point. Now, when that happens, the girl will start to come back around at some point. She will. Most of the time, assuming she can see you doing this and working on yourself, she will come back around. When that happens, it's really important that you just don't go back to being the same way you were. Because you gotta understand the way that you were being caused you to lose the girl to begin with. So if you go back to just doing that, it doesn't do shit. If you actually wanna get the girl, she needs to see you in a different way, okay? That means you need to act a different way. That means ideally you're even working on your look too. Like the girl could see you just improving constantly. This is an example of something I would do. Let's say it was dance class. It stopped. Like you pulled back, you were frustrated, she was giving you the runaround, you could say. And then at some point, now you're back at dance class, you're talking to other people. And at some point she comes by and she gives you proximity. Or I guess in this particular instance, like you were here and the girl rubbed on your shoulder. So here's what you don't do. She rubs on your shoulder and then you're like in your head, you're hesitant, you open weak. Maybe you don't open at all, right? And then later on you're looking at her, she sees you looking at her. And then at some point you go up to her and you're like, hey, like what's up? I haven't talked to you. Like I've been wanting to talk to you. Like why haven't you texted me back? Or I've been wanting to talk to you. Like can we talk for a minute? And then you bring her to the side and you're like, hey, yeah, like I don't know, like what's going on? Like you're not being straight up with me. I don't like the way this is going. Right? That's all just like low status, weak behavior. What you want to do is the opposite. Like if I was at the dance, I was talking to people and the girl came by me and she did that, I would be like, oh, hey, that's all I would do. Excuse you. And I wouldn't even go after her. I probably wouldn't even look at her. I would pivot a little bit, excuse you. Now look, if she turns back and she says something, great, that was her opportunity. She came by, gave me an opportunity. She moved the pawn, I moved my pawn too. I gave her a move back. Now at that point, just based off of that, most likely she would say something. This is the part where you need to shut it down. And this is the part where you need to start acting differently. Like I'll just give you an example. This happened to me. I was going on and off with my ex and I really wanted the girl back and I was begging to have her back. And at some point I was like, okay, you know what? Like enough with the I'm over it. I mean, months later, finally, my simp ass was like, I'm over it. I stopped, I started working on myself. A month went by of me getting better, and then eventually she came creeping back around. It's like the girl wants to still see where you're at with her. She's unsure and you've been ghost, which kind of indicates you've been building a little bit of value, so now the girl's kind of curious. And then the moment she comes back, this is what I did. Dude, the moment she came back, I started crying, telling her how much I missed her. Now look, this is more of in a courtship situation, but it's the same concept, right? It's the equivalent of I'm at dance class, she walks by, and then I'm like weak for her. Okay, so whether it's in person or if it's like courtship, that's never the fucking play. She walked by, I'll be like, whoa, excuse you, a little bit of a smile. She said, what? Yeah, what do you mean, what? You just like walked up, what's up? Did you want to say hi? If you want to say hi, like just say what's up, I'm right here. She's like,
oh, well, hey, hi, what's up?
That's it? Damn, okay. That's the frame and that's the vibe. I need to instill the frame that like I don't want her. Even if you do. Oh, well, Kyle, that's like disingenuous. No, dude, like that's the fucking game. And you're playing the game wrong. That's why we're in this position. This is the counter move to get you back. That's what I would do to her. I would say, that's it? That's all you got? Okay. Like I'm putting it on her. And I understand that this takes a little bit of confidence. Now, if you guys don't have that level of confidence, that means you got to keep working on yourself. If you're at a point where you were like how I was, where if I finally get the chance to talk to Susie again, I'm gonna cry, then dude, like you gotta distance yourself. That's where you're at then. You're at a point where you still need to stay distanced because you haven't built yourself up yet enough to even get her. So going back in actually re-crumbles you. Every time my ex reached back out to me and I gave in, I crumbled and I went back to square one. I spent the last 3 weeks building myself up. She comes around, hung out with her, begged back for her, did not get her. Now I'm back in my feelings, back to being a weak. So if you're not at that point, then don't even try. If you feel like you're at a point where you've been going out, you're talking to other people, and you actually have some shit going, the next time she reaches out, at some point she'll reach out, whether it's in person or on text or whatever. Entertain, but don't be fucking won over. You should be skeptical and have fun and tease her and push her away a little bit. So if it was in the in-person thing and I was talking and I said, excuse you, what's up? She's like, oh, hi, yeah. What's up? Do you want to ask me something? Do you want to say what's up? Do you want to shower me with compliments? Like, what's up? How you doing? Oh, I'm good, this and that. Like, okay, cool. Now look, if she keeps it going, great. If she doesn't, like, I'm unfazed. Ideally, she says something, I could tease her on it, and then I pull away. That would be like perfect scenario. If she says something, I give her a little bit of shit. She says, I'm like, oh, okay, right? And then I pull away and I keep going with my initial interaction. And she'll feel that little sting. Now look, here's what happened. If you do all of this right, whether it's in person or whether it's on a courtship, and you're playing it right, I've learned and I've gone through the whole thing. I've gone on the other side of it. This is what'll happen. Eventually, it'll hit a threshold where she becomes the simp version of like what you would have been. Eventually, you'll checkmate her if you play it right, and it'll get to a point where she'll be like reaching out and she'll be like, I want to talk. This is what happened with my ex at some point, way later on. She reached out and was like weak as and was like, I was wondering if we could talk. And by the way, guys, this is still going on. Like literally in January, she texted me too. This is, not only did this happen 5-6 years ago, like it happens like every 2 years. You get a check-in. Now that, that's a whole nother thing, but like it doesn't even make sense at this point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're interested in implementing any of the concepts taught in this video, I have a brand new coaching program where you can actually work with me one-on-one. I'm going to analyze your communication, your pickup skills, your game, and assess where you're at, point out your blind spots, your sticking points, show you the step-by-step process as well to take you from where you're at right now to accomplishing your goals with women and dating. Click the link in the description, fill out that application, pick out a day and a time for that consultation call, and I'll be talking to you guys soon. Until next time, Coach Kyle signing out. Peace out, guys.